increase. But they don't do that in the affluent parts of town. They only do that in our neighborhoods. Why? Because we are not involved in local politics. We don't go to City Hall. We don't withhold our black dollars. We allow them to put any and everything in our neighborhoods, and then we complain about the stuff that goes on.
Right, the crime. A good example, a gas station in an affluent neighborhood. You never see a gas station in an affluent neighborhood. It's always in a neighborhood
but
where...
if you do, it's a Shell or a Mobile or something shiny.
Right.
But you don't. But in our neighborhoods, it's that watered down gas.
Yeah, the watered down gas station and
with the Lucy cigarettes. The nonsense. And Benny says, "Oh my goodness, you're speaking on it tonight." Well, I'll try to, Thank you. And then, hey Billy, what's happening, Ricky? And then Charles says, "She is on fire." Am I? You know what? I'm on fire. I'm burning up, but I don't want to take my coat off because I like the look. Hey Chris. And so Benny says, basically, like you said, it's simple as stop making excuses for not messing with our own. We go out of our way and get really creative and burn a tremendous amount of energy just to make excuses. Yeah, I don't get that. Well, I would, but
white women do it too.
Right. The last time I went to their restaurant, they only gave me 3 napkins instead of 4. You know what I'm saying? And so I just don't understand why black people can't get their stuff together. But yeah, when you go to McDonald's and they give you one dipping sauce for 500 chicken nuggets, you don't say nothing about that. And then you also say, Benny, the same energy can be spent on some creative ways to indeed support our own. Absolutely. You know what? Don't ever get it twisted. Black people are very creative people.
Survivors.
We can make miracles.
Survivors.
As survivors. Okay, we make stuff happen. So why stop now? You know what I mean? And then Al says, would people shop if I put a grocery store in the black neighborhoods and call it ravenous? You know what?
They would at first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that means by calling it ravenous or ravenous or whatever you're trying to say. Unless the name is something negative, I don't think we'd have a problem with that. In fact, I think we would be ebullient about having a black grocery store that we can go to. I was talking to my daughter earlier. I said, I wonder if the name soulfoods.com is taken, and it was. They wanted to sell it to us for $10,000. I was like, okay, we can come up with a different name. But that's the kind of stuff that me and my daughter do. We kind of we vibe and try to figure out ways to make our money go further, not only just to help us, but to help our people. And so that's where we really should be, right? And then Marcus, you put up a link. So you guys, if you're not friends with me for whatever reason, you can't comment, please click on the link and you can comment, hey, J. Anthony Martinez. And Al says ravenous means extremely hungry. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't do that. But I mean, the thing is, we have to start where we are, with what we have. Nothing, I don't want to say anything is too big, but if we just start small with something. Back in the day, I don't know, we might be a little bit too young, but our parents would have what they call rent parties.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
were young, but I remember that going on.
Yeah, they used to have rent parties and they did a whole host of things to generate income.
And I'm trying to beat Al to it. There was an episode of Good Times where Helen Martin was in it and they were getting rent for her, Weeping Wanda. Oh. She was about to be evicted because she was, borrowing candles and stuff.
But the point that I'm making...
And that was the last episode James was on Good Times.
Okay. So... Well, we were creative. We found ways to make money.
Yeah.
And so James just says, I need to go hydroponic on the grocery stores. If it has a seed, we can grow it inside and safe. Okay. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, too. And Minister Farrakhan talked about that a lot. He talked about it a lot. He says, he just broke it down very simple. He says, we eat bread, right? And so he says, okay, we eat bread. All we need to do is plant the seeds or whatever, the wheat, harvest the wheat, make the bread, sell the bread, buy the bread. That's simple. We're all going to eat some bread. I'm trying to stay away from it, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to eat some bread at least a couple times a week. So we all eat bread. Wouldn't it be nice if we ate black golden wheat bread? I'm just making up something. Black golden wheat bread. You know what I mean? Made by black people. Wouldn't that be awesome?
No, because you're getting all the money and I'm going to get jealous. And no, I ain't going to do that.
But yeah, but I know you're being funny, but there's a lot of people who would say that, but it's like, okay, but you don't have a problem with, I don't know, what's some oral wheat getting money? Like, who's making that?
Good point.
And let's see. And then Benny says, I know it's been a while since I've been on, but I just lost my mother last night.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yes, indeed. And we used to, listen
prayers,
together on Sunday. And so I couldn't go without saying something tonight because a lot of my comments back then, a lot of stuff she wanted me to comment. She used to say, I love that lady you've been listening to on Sundays. Well, I'm going to say this to you. My condolences to you, Benny. I also lost my mother 2 years ago yesterday. So we have that in common, although that's nothing ever fun. I will say this to you. I will never tell you I lost my train of thought because people would say that to me a lot. It's something you'll get over.
Yeah, no, you'll never get over. You'll never get over it.
It's not something you'll ever get over. It's just something you learn how to live with. And it's not something you want to get over. Correct. You know what I mean? And so we all deal with that in our own time and way. I just want to say, if you need to talk or something, reach out to me. I understand. Like I said, I lost my mother yesterday, 2 years yesterday. So my condolences.
Right. And I always remember, as long as you remember that loved one, they're never really gone.
Right. And as I say too, Benny, and I know you're probably here with me, I don't see my mom as gone. I see her as transitioned. I see her as my ancestor now. I've learned in the last 2 years that she's been gone that I am now, I'm able to draw a lot of wisdom and a lot of things that she would say to me. Now it's just like in living color. I might not have listened totally when she was here, but now I hear it so vividly. And so it's like a blueprint for me. And that's why every morning I say, thank you, God, for the lessons, and thank you, ancestors, thank you, God, for the blessings, and thank you, ancestors, for the lessons, because that's truly how our life works now. So I'm totally there with you. And I appreciate you two listening. And Samuel says, what if we copy the deception of white folks, have a black-owned store look white-owned? Well, you know what? A lot of black stores actually do that. Mm-hmm. They're black owned, but they hire white faces. I personally am not in love with that idea. And I'll tell you this. I'll tell you why I'm not in love with it. Because for one, when we don't hire, we own, we're black owners, but we don't hire black people, it still defeats the purpose, because the money, we're getting black dollars, I guess, but then the black dollars are still going into other people's hands other than black people. And honestly, why do we got to put on the front? No other race has to do that. We go into an Asian store, Hispanic store, Indian store, Arab store. They don't have us in there. They got their own people in there, and they're unapologetic about it. So we don't need to lie to kick it. Yeah, we got all black people working here. We got a black owner. We got black people working here. We got black people spending here. And if you can spend here too, but if you don't like it, we're not going to change the face of our business to suit your ignorance. Plain and simple. And so Al says, I went to Best Buy, saw some black-owned batteries. I didn't buy the black batteries because I thought they would work sometimes. Your butt is ignorant. And Benny says, you guys are literally like family to me and her. And you know what? You are, what's on your wall? Lord have mercy, black heart. And we feel the same about you, Benny. I noticed that you hadn't been on in a while, but I had seen you on Facebook. So, like I said, it's rough. I will not even try to front with you because I know how you feel. So, but you are family to us as well. And yes, Sanford and Son had an episode of having a rent party as well. See, and Benny says, "Woo! Oh my good! Wow! Oh my goodness!" Hey, everybody that came on, and Charles says all this and all this stinking ass, emasculating loud weed out there. You would think we would have one black grower distributor of good marijuana in states where it is legal for medical and recreational purposes. Well, I know that there are a lot of black people who are trying to get the marijuana licenses. However,
they're priced out of it.
Yeah, there's California, it's $26,000 just to apply. I understand.
And so, you got to have $2 million.
Isn't it like a lottery type of thing too?
Well, it's a lottery to get selected for a permit.
I'm saying, but you still got to put in your $26,000, so it's not guaranteed.
And non-refundable.
Non-refundable, so, Ray and Poogie like shit.
And you got to have $2 to $3 million in reserve as a guarantee that you can...
Yeah, we're keeping the weed hustle on the ground. Yeah. I'm just saying, who wants to potentially give up? And you know how they're going to do us too well. Mr. Johnson, you weren't selected. Thanks for the money, though.
Right.
Right. So keep the weed business on the ground. I mean, until we can get in. Now, okay, you know what, Facebook gods or whoever, I'm not trying to say nothing illegal here. I'm just saying, Ray and Pookie and them, y'all doing it underground, save some of that money so y'all can come above ground. And like you said, Charles, get in legally. Have enough money to play with.
Do you guys realize a lot of these so-called businessmen, Donald Trump, let's say, a failed businessman, the guy who basically wants to be a mafia don, they're all crooks. But somehow they're on the legal side.
Well, because they didn't trick off the money.
Exactly.
They did some underground stuff, and then they ended up doing it right. They
play the game.
They washed the money.
Right, wash the money, play the game.
And then so Vinny says, I just need you to keep doing what you're doing tonight. You're speaking so powerful tonight. 100. He says, thank you guys so much for the words. You know what? And no, thank you, because like I said, without you guys, we would just be two people talking. Mm-hmm. Me and Donovan talk enough. And so we can't do this without you. I say that I know we see a lot of people all the time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to discount what they're saying, but it's to me, it's like, I'm not going to sit. Yeah, I'm not going to sit and watch you just yammer on about absolutely nothing all day. So thank you.
Well, and we also found a niche to where, everybody knows what's going on with Cardi B and all that other stuff. There's plenty of people talking about that, but there's not enough people talking about what we need to do as a people to move forward, because other people are surpassing us very, very quickly.
Surpassed.
And, we've been here a lot longer.
Right.
When are they going to start addressing our issues? But you know what? They're not. We have to start saving ourselves.
Absolutely, brother. You said a mouthful. And then Samuel says, until we reach a certain level, black folks in our ignorance boycott black businesses. Yeah, I mean, why do that?
We do.
And this is what I say too. There's no such thing as a perfect business. I don't care where you go. There is nothing perfect. But let's not hold our own I'm not saying we shouldn't hold ourselves to high standards, but let's not be ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Let's not, it's like, I was talking to my daughter. I said, I just think innately we just have this thing. We just got to go after each other. Oh, it wasn't right. I wouldn't go in there no more because, I don't like how the table was sitting toward the door. Right. Or just something silly.
Right. A good example, like me and this lady in town, she's a black woman, highly educated. A lot of people don't know there's a personal issue between us, and I say it all the time, but people make it seem like I just go after her and we're going after each other because we just have this dislike of each other. No, I'm going after her based on facts of how she presents herself. Do I downgrade her education and her accomplishments? Not at all. But ethically, she's wrong. And I can't tell you how many people go after me for the simple fact doing the job that I'm doing politically.
Go after you.
Well, politically, you know what I mean? I mean, politically. But the funny thing is, when I'm proven right, nobody ever comes and says, you know what, Donovan, you were right about that.
That's par for the course, brother.
Yeah,
that's par for the course.
Exactly.
All right. And then Ali says, I personally think to help the black community is not to let weed get legalized or illegalized. Pants sagging. So you're saying we shouldn't deal with weed at all? Well, I would say this. I don't smoke weed, never smoke weed, don't even know what it's like to be high off of weed. Looking at me crazy one more time. Okay?
Exactly.
I don't. But I think we should have it legalized. So people don't sell it, they don't smoke it. Why not make it legal? I mean, what the politicians are doing, they're making it legal so they can enrich themselves, just like prohibition and alcohol. Yeah. When the little man was doing it, we need to outlaw it. But when people was making money off of underground, it's like, okay, you know what?
Hey, let's open
floodgates. And that's how the crime the mob syndicate came about because of that. They agreed. So I don't have a problem with it being legal. You know.
Well, I'm at a point to where the game is over. I mean, the game is pretty much over. I mean, why not? What's the worst that's going to happen at this point? Right.
Take a toke.
Well, I won't do that, because like I said, to me, anybody that does drugs, non-prescription, even though prescription drugs are killing people, to me, they were always losers.
Well, some people, this is another argument for another day, some people will argue that prescription drugs are worse.
Yeah.
But Kay says, random topic, but I'd like to talk about the state of parenting in the black community. I'd like an in-depth convo one day. Well, we can have it today, so what's on your mind? Hey, Ben. You says, I've just seen some things recently that bother me. Okay, well, Tay, so I don't see any more comments. Let me know what's on your mind. We can absolutely have that. And that's what I wanted to do, too, was have an open discussion. I put it on my last one, but as you guys know what happened with that live feed.
But it's funny that Tay said that, because what did we talk about these parents that are in love with their children? We said that. I say it constantly.
Oh, she's driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I say it constantly. There's a problem with these new parents, our generation and stuff. There's a difference between loving your children and being in love with your children. And I'm coming across as a older guy. I'm almost 50.
You're pretty old.
Yeah, I'm almost 50. You're 25 still. I don't know how you do it, but 1925. I don't know how you do it, but I'm coming across women that are, and I was at my aunt and uncle's earlier this morning, and they even acknowledged the fact that they're taking care of their grandchildren, which is nothing wrong with that. However, how can I find it's hard for me to find a mate when she still wants to do, things with her children. And it's like, wait, you're done. You've already raised your kids. You need to move on and let them do their thing.
Well, we can get into that. Just 1 second. And Al says, somebody's wise dad, no names, once said, for black people, nobody cares how much you know until they know you care, or they know how you care.
How you care. Mm-hmm.
Well, absolutely. We, at the end of the day, and Benny always says this, we have to start with self-love, black love, knowledge of self. And we also have to, I don't know how we fix ourselves, but as Dr. Joyce DeGruy always talks about, that black people, we are ill from post-traumatic
slave disorder.
Slave disorder, and that we are still suffering from the effects of slavery almost 500 years ago. Says low connection. Okay, connection available. From almost 500 years ago, we are suffering still to this day. And so until we recognize that and figure out how to fix that, we're probably going to always be, it's going to be what they call cyclical. It's just going to go in circles. We'll have some good days and then we'll have some bad days. But until we recognize that we have issues, it's going to be a really hard uphill battle. But again, because I don't see any more comments in regards to starting where you are, but what you have, that also means that we have to reach out and teach each other. We got to reach out and just, even if it's, hey, brother, how you doing today?
Right.
Even if I don't know you, how you doing?
And that's a good point. What do I always say in the morning? Look at a black woman and her fist is bald in the morning. But, it's really sad that we can't say good morning to each other.
But I guess I've seen it too, but we got to ask ourselves, because, black women get tasked, and I'm not saying black men don't either, but we get tasked with a lot of stuff that's unfair to us. Like you said, that we appear to be angry. Mm-hmm. Have you ever just went up to a sister and said, you know what, how's everything doing?
Hell no. Was she ready to bite your head off and fight you?
But did you
Hell
die?
No.
Did you die?
Yeah, when she went for that razor.
You know what? I'm just saying, have we ever just, somebody, and I'm not admonishing you, but I'm just saying in general, have we ever just went up to one of these said black women who are very evil and angry? Have we ever just say, hey, sister, how you doing? I just wanted to say hi to you. I just want to see how you doing.
And then
how's your day going?
And then they look at you like you're some kind of psycho.
Well, but we, you know what, black women, we have a lot of issues. Some of them we caused ourselves, but a lot of them we didn't. Yeah. And so sometimes it just does it does us good to know that you care, that you took the time to reach out to us and say, hey, sister, how you doing? Because you know who I see do that a lot is my dad. Mm-hmm. My dad, oh my God, it's like when he sees black people, he lights up.
Well, here's the thing with your dad. The brother's smooth. I mean,
he is.
Yeah, the brother's smooth.
My dad is smooth, but I'll tell you, whenever my dad, he's 74, sees a black woman, oh my God, he like sings hello.
Oh yeah.
How you doing, sister? Oh, you beautiful black woman. How you doing today? Okay, you have a great day. That's how he talks.
I know.
Not one black woman can pass this man
right
without him. And some of the black women are just,
yes,
I'm good. You know, I've never seen a black woman say, ugh.
Well, and then it's all about, like you say, delivery. His delivery is smooth.
Yeah, but
his appearance is smooth.
But yes, we just got to stop being afraid to reach out to every.
I can say this in the military, because you wake up in the morning, you go to work. We always say good morning to each other in the military, because that's what you do. You just, hey, good morning, Sergeant so and so, good morning, Captain so and so. You just do it. So when I meet somebody, or even I see somebody, hey, good morning. Even if they don't respond to me, I do it. But then as I pass them, I wonder what could be so tedious to this woman. It is 6 a.m. and she is just
life life in general. And I hope I say this right. Daryl Lee, forgive me if I said it wrong. He says, Bismillah, hello from China. Hello.
Oh, I was just in Peking. All right.
Causing trouble. Did you see him over there causing trouble? And Al says, does religion help black people or does it compound exponentially? I'm trying not to get in a lot of trouble here because I don't want to be offensive to people who do go to church and things like that. But if I had a blanket answer to if religion helps black people, I'm going to say, how about I say yes and no? I know that's kind of a cop, but I'm going to say yes and no because I know that I have spent a lot of time in a black church and it has helped me learn some things. And it has helped me in my belief system. I'm not saying believing in certain things, but just helping me to be a little bit more positive and clinging on to certain things. But on the other side, black churches have not helped black people collectively because the black church has collected a whole lot of money, they say to the tune of what, $400 million, I think,
annually.
Or maybe it's got to be more than that. I'll just say
annually.
No, not annually. Since the 1980s, it's been
it's more than that.
Into the billions. Okay,
yeah, it's
and so you look at the communities that a lot of the black churches are built in, and the communities are like dilapidated. So the black church is taking in all this money and they're specifically just helping that building, which is fine. But a lot of those black people who go to your black church live in those communities where the buildings are ran down. There's no, why doesn't the church open up a black store?
Right.
Why not open up some black grocery stores, black beauty supplies, black clothing stores?
Why isn't the black church the center of an economic area?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They have
community.
The money. And that's another thing, too, on the sheet that I was looking at, where black people spend the most money. It was, I want to say $23 billion a year goes to, they call it charitable giving, which we know that is church and tithing.
So that's the pastor's sports cars and...
Right, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So does the black church help black people? I'm going to say yes and no. It helps us, to try to give us a spiritual foundation. But on the other side, like I said, with all the money and resources that it has, it does not give back to the black community. Never should your pastor be driving over or through a neighborhood that is dilapidated and you have black people with no jobs and a whole host of
hanging
other things.
On the side of the street.
Yeah, black people going in and out of the Arabs and the Asian stores, and they're driving their Bentley into the church parking lot to come suck more money out of the community.
What kind of church are you?
But those pastors don't even live in the community.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What kind of church are you going to where the pastor's driving a Bentley?
Oh, trust me, there's a church.
No. I know that. But what I'm trying to say to the people is ask yourself that. A man of God doesn't need a Bentley because he tells you all your treasures are in heaven. Why isn't his?
I'm going to tell you this. I don't have a problem with a man of God having a Bentley. I do have a problem with the man of God having a Bentley and sister so-and-so is catching the bus. I do have a problem with that.
Absolutely.
And so James says, I greet everyone black purposefully. I do too. Hello, how you doing? And they, I've never had nobody go,
So let me ask you a general question.
These comments really quick. And then Ali says, Tom Joyner has a weekly segment called Black Girl Problems, mostly about their bad attitude or having a good day. He says, so mostly about the bad attitude or having a good day. I don't like the whole bad attitude thing because Tom Joyner, you have such a big platform. Why promote the negative stereotypes about black women having bad attitudes?
It's not a stereotype.
It is a stereotype because black women...
It is not a stereotype.
Wait, hold on. Let me tell you why. So let's get to this one. Put my teaching hat on again.
Go ahead, put it on. I need to learn.
Okay. All right. What's a stereotype?
A stereotype is a not true...
A stereotype is an opinion formed out of ignorance or a lack of knowledge.
Yes.
And so do black women have bad attitudes? Yes. But bad attitudes are not ubiquitous or exclusively owned by black women. Every woman has not everyone, but every race of women have women who have bad attitudes. That is not something we own specifically. However, it is something that is highlighted unfairly because as Dr. Claude Anderson says, we don't own the media, less than 3%. And so those images of us as black women go out, and shame on Tom Joyner for highlighting those things. Like, why? Why do you need this, for comedic purposes? That's not funny. Black women have enough issues, and then we have our black men making fun of us.
Okay, so a good example. So you would say the Medea thing is wrong.
Yeah, I don't like Medea. Is she funny?
Big Mama, that's wrong.
Yeah, it's funny, but then it's okay, what's your point? We know that the white executives are paying you this money as black men to dress up as big black women and act the goddamn fool. Excuse my French. And you say it's pronounced Darrow. Oh, okay, Darrow. Nice. And Al says black church, cookies and punch. You know I'm gonna hurt you. I swear for God. And Darrow, he says it's 8:10. Oops. 8:10 Monday morning in China. I have a class to teach. I will stay tuned to your show. Thanks. Oh, awesome.
Oh, you could it's always archived, so you can always come back and pick it up.
Hey, Jackie, what's happening? And Al said it's very pellucid. See, he trying to be funny now. Using these big words, that black churches have little apathy for the community. Well, black churches can have little apathy for the community because Enrique Martin says, yes, Dr. Claude Anderson, we love him. But the church can have little apathy for the black community because we allow them to.
Right.
How dead do you have to be? My connection was tripping. How dead do you have to be to continuously, not even just the black church, but give anybody all of your money that's not giving you anything back? In an investment world, they call that a return on your investment. So why would you give something that's like dumping money into a stock that's continuously tanking? Why would you continue to fund a stock that is not doing well? It's
like that golf course in England that Donald Trump owns and that doesn't make any money?
It's the same concept with the black church or these other businesses that set up in a black shop. They're not giving us a return on our investment. We're giving them all of our money and we're getting absolutely nothing back in return for it. So that's not economically sound. And that's the kind of stuff we need to start telling each other. Okay. So, in regards to like Black Friday, no, you won't see me out there. You
won't see me.
I don't need to give nobody else no money. I need to keep all the money I got in my bank account.
A good example, you won't see me in Black Friday because I took all my money and reinvested it into my property to where I increased the value of my property.
Yes.
So I don't have any business going out there throwing any more money away.
Right. But for what? What you going to get out there on Black Friday that you don't already have?
So how many TVs do I have? 8?
And how many Spider-Man suits do you have?
Exactly. 3.
I'm just saying, what else do you need?
That's pretty much it.
We all don't. And this is what I'm going to keep promoting. This documentary is called The Century of the Self. Hey, Jonelle, I haven't seen you on. I think that you're probably in Facebook jail. I cannot wait for you to get out. Jonelle always brings so much insightful honest to the show. Yes, Powernomics or Power Economics, Ricky. That's Dr. Claude Anderson's masterpiece. And so I forgot what I was saying because I saw that Jonelle was on here.
On there, yeah.
But we're saying something about houses or something.
Yeah, we're investing money into the house.
Oh yeah. You don't need to be out there spending any money. That's the thing, too. We really do need to start buying properties and things like that.
But you were really saying about how that show that you're going to keep telling people.
Oh, man. Old age is catching up to you, girl. Yes. So y'all see these little gray hairs in here? It's catching up to y'all. The rabbit is getting old. I tell you.
The rabbit's getting old, baby.
It's called The Century of the Self. It's a documentary on YouTube. It was originally on PBS called The Century of the Self. It's in 4 parts, about 4 hours long, and it talks about how we got to be consumers, we being American society. Obviously, black people are counted in the American society. And once you guys start watching that, you're going to be like, well, I'll be a, what do they call it? A monkey,
Yosemite Sam.
Whatever they call it. That's probably very racist what I said. But you'll be blown away at how we got here. We have been duped, you guys. We have been duped.
I haven't been duped.
Yes, you have. You've been duped because you got too many Spider-Man suits, too many Dr. Spocks. This dude literally runs around in full-body Spider-Man suits because he has nothing else to do.
I'm trying to save my neighborhood.
Right. You try to shoot a web in your black ass and fall.
Remember, I have the red and white one, but I also have the black spider suit.
I know, I've seen it.
Exactly.
So we don't need these things, but something has told us that we need to spend all this money. Oh, girl, you got a black jacket, but the brown one would be nice.
Right.
And you need some brown boots to go with it. I got 2 feet, not 2 pair of feet. I don't need 100 pair of shoes.
It's funny that you say that because there are a lot of young people out here who are economically disadvantaged. Can I say that?
Yeah.
And yet they have 30 pairs of Jordans sitting in their closet. And the women have 40 pairs of shoes for different things, and they continue to keep buying.
I mean, indeed, a women with a lot of shoes is that's every woman. No, not every woman, because I don't have 40 pairs of shoes. But that's just, I think, a woman
thing.
But
what I'm saying, accessible.
No,
we all know that.
Yeah, but we've just been taught that we need to have all of these shoes and clothes and jeans. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I have one pair of jeans. One pair of jeans.
But she has 12 booty shorts. 12 booty shorts. Okay.
Two pair of booty shorts. Sorry. You a lie. But anyway, no. Because, listen, I don't have that insatiable need to just have a closet full of clothes. Mm-hmm. You guys have probably seen me with different the same shirt twice. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to be mean, but I mean, it's a shirt. It goes on my body. Right. I don't need to. I'm not one of those people who I can't have them seeing me in the same shirt twice. Shoot, let me go on out there and go and get in that so I can get. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not that when I was younger, I didn't think like that when I was younger. But anyway, let me get to this comment. Al says, you and Donovan are making some interesting dichotomies about the diminutive ways black people are making
small
in group economics. Let me tell you something.
That's your man.
You ain't always got to try to be the smartest man in the room because you know all these big 20-syllable words and all this other stuff. I can read. I just don't know what most of those words mean.
Now here's my question.
Hey, cuz.
Yeah, here's my question. Now, you are dealing with a man that has still children that he's raising. Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this. Does your man, he will be nameless, is he in love with his children or does he love his children?
What you ain't finna do is get me broken up with.
No, I'm just asking.
Ask him that.
Is he in love, in your opinion, is he in love with his children? Or
Al, are you in love with your children or do you love your children? The difference is when you in love with your children, you will let them get away with murder and highway robbery and slapping your mom. Then you let them do whatever and justify it. Now, when you love your kids, you hold them accountable and do things that are painful to you and to them for their good. So that's the difference.
And at the same time, you being in a relationship, of course you love your children, whatever, but would you sacrifice your relationship for your children if they were grown?
No. Charles said yes.
I thought you said let him answer.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, well, yeah, Al, you answer because I listen. I said I ain't trying to be single again. But anyway, no, I mean, so, just to kind of close that last point, I mean, we need to hold on to our money and do productive and conducive things with our money.
So what do you say that we should do as black people coming this Friday?
Stay home. Or if you have an itch to go buy something, go buy black. There's a lot of online black stuff. You can, we all know something black somewhere. Go buy black if you just need to spend your money. Hell, even go open up a black bank account. Although some people will say, well, the black bank accounts are still regulated by the FDIC. They are still under governmental control. But hell, it's start. Yeah. It's a black bank. Go maybe open up a black bank account for your children. I think all of our kids, and I know all of our kids should have a bank account to start saving. I tell the story all the time how my mom and my dad, when me and my siblings were young, I've always had a bank account probably since I was 5. Just to be honest with you, I've never not had a bank account. My mom and dad started us a savings.
Well, remember that time when the checks kept bouncing?
No, you know what? If I'm lying and flying, I ain't never bounced no checks.
Neither me. Thank God the payday kept catching up.
You stupid. You was floating checks. Donovan was floating checks.
In the military.
I mean,
floating them.
Have I floated a check once or twice? Yeah, it just kind of worked out for you, girl. Right. Exactly. But as far as bouncing the check, no. Right. But the point that I'm making is for Christmas, go to a black bank, open up a bank account for your kids. Teach them how to start saving. You want some Jordans? I tell you what, we gonna put this Jordan money in your bank account.
Or how about this? Okay, and I'm a finance guy, so here's the thing.
Hey, Sada.
Here's the thing. If your kids are into Jordans and stuff, instead of buying them a pair of Jordans, take that $300 and invest in the Nike company.
Yeah,
get you
invest
some
in
stock.
Nike.
Get you some stock.
Right, and then Charlie says, "Damn ATM fees go to our own to get our own money." No, absolutely. Yeah. See, I avoid that. Listen, I'm not going to pay the store ATM $4 and then my service fee $3.50. That's damn near $10 to get your own money. Go to the bank like the old people used to do and withdraw some money that you're going to spend, or go to a grocery store where you can buy something and get some cash back. But ain't no way in hell I drive 10 miles.
Exactly.
10 miles out the way not to spend no extra money.
Right. And I'm going to give you guys another stock tip. Since we're going down this road of marijuana, start buying stock in the marijuana pharmaceutical companies that are going to be backing the marijuana thing.
Start now.
So if you get in now while the prices are low enough, because like I said, once the stuff gets legalized on the federal level, it's going to be too late and it's going to be too high to get in there. So there's a tip for you to go do that.
All right, money guy.
Because Demetria ain't going to tell you this. She's got some stock in the marijuana industry.
I don't smoke it, though. I did not inhale. Okay? And Al says, allow me to elucidate. If anyone tries to do anything abysmal to my 3 daughters, I will personally put my foot so far up their ears that man else will think it grew there.
There you go. There you go.
Elucidate and all of that.
Now, there is a father that is protecting his daughters like he's supposed to.
Absolutely. And Charles says, Bill Clinton unregulated the financial industry.
He did.
Yeah, well,
he did.
Why did he do that, though?
But, see, okay, that's a misnomer. He didn't unregulate. The president does not have the power to do that.
He spearheaded the mess.
Yeah, he signed off.
Right.
So he's.
But why did he do that?
It's about the money.
Is he now enriched because of doing so?
Yes, he is.
Is him and his wife not friends with all of Wall Street?
Yes, but you got to remember, when they left the White House, they were basically bankrupt. People believe.
And what are they worth? Like $100 million?
No, more than that. Almost $500 million.
I read an article too where it says the Obamas are on track to being $1 billion entity. Wow, worked out for some. Hey. That's where our reparations went.
That's where our reparations went.
Obama got our reparations. And so Tay is back. And so anyway, and so, Tay, I don't know if you're still driving. If you wanted to ask your question really quick, if you guys have any other questions you guys want to ask us since we're still on here, we'll be more than happy to answer them.
I'm going to give you guys another stock tip. If you really want to make some money and stuff, what's the one thing that is still going and will always be going and will always make money? The defense industry. Invest in Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman. Those stocks, minimum just to get one stock is $300, and that's cheap for now. Think about what that stock's going to be worth 10 years from now. With the tax cut that just recently happened for the rich, a lot of those stocks split. I got a dividend off those stocks that added up to over something like a couple $1,000.
We going out to dinner afterwards?
You got a man.
Al, are you taking those stock tips? Anyway, you make a good point. You make a good point in that if we are going to spend money this Christmas, buy our kids something they can use.
Right.
Whether it's a book, you know what? Buy your children Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. There's a whole host of black books that they can use. Make them read it. Pay them a couple bucks for a book report every once in a while to get them to read those books. I mean, I know it's a little different than having a PlayStation, or the latest toys. That's how old I am. I don't even know what latest toys there are. But whatever the latest toy, that's different. Buy them some stocks. Get them a bank account. Buy them some books. Like, knowledge is something that'll never go out of style. Buy your children something they can read. Hell, read the books with them.
If you buy a stock now, let's say your child is 7 years old. By the time that child, if you put, let's say, $5 in that stock every week, that's $20 a month. By the time that child graduates high school, how much do you think that money will be worth, depending on what stock you've invested in?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
And also, to your point, you want another good Christmas idea for Black Friday? Contact your local life insurance person.
Yes.
Black preferably. And buy your child a life insurance policy. For those of you who have very small children, it is very inexpensive to insure your child. You will be paying that premium for that child until they die, for the rest of their life, or until you give it up. So if you buy it now when it's inexpensive, you will never have to pay more. The child is not sick, more than likely. And so basically it's healthy. It doesn't have no DUIs. It doesn't have a criminal background, which all those things work against you when you're trying to get life insurance. Buy your child a life insurance policy that will earn cash value so that when it is older and wants to graduate high school, you can pay for college. Hell, if they want to get married, you can pay for the wedding, buy them a car, help a down payment on a house, depending on how much money you put in that life insurance policy. You can buy them a house. And so we got to stop feeding our children with the instant gratification.
That,
you know what,
that
son?
Adds up to nothing.
Yes, I got you a Christmas present. Oh, you did, Dad? Where is it? Well, it's not nothing you can see, son, but what it is it's this life insurance policy that when you graduate from high school, you can go to college without having to get into debt by going to get student loans that a lot of us will pay off when we're dead. Or your or the company will call your kids and say, hey, you know, your
dad's estate, after all is said and done, here's $1,000.
So here's what you're getting for Christmas. Oh, by the way, I also got you a book to learn how to get along economically with our people. And so that way, when you do have some money, you decide to cash out this life insurance policy I'm getting you, you can open up a black business or do black business with black people. So see, there you have it. We got great Christmas things here.
Yeah,
let's see.
You know, a true story. My mom one Christmas came, and not only I got a few presents. We didn't get a lot of presents because my mom was a widowed mother, but she started us off on the savings bond. And when I graduated and we went to high school, I had all those savings bonds. I put them all together. That was a nice chunk of change to buy a car.
Right, and that's what my mom did. She bought all the grandkids savings bonds.
And they have $25 savings bond. You know, and 25 at what? That's $12.50. I guess to get that's half of whatever it is.
It adds up.
So I mean,
and then Ali says, "Yeah, I have an aesthetic Christmas for black women. It's ear condoms. The purpose is for the sisters to filter out and protect them from all the damn lies and N-words tell. You know what? Yeah, okay.
All I want for Christmas is Afro Thunder to make an appearance.
Her next comment is coming from her. Okay. And she says, 20 times 12 times 10 equals $2,400 in just what you've invested, $4,800 for a match, and possibly a whole lot more if you're playing Trump's market. Well, and Amanda's the mathematical genius. Amanda is my sister. She is a math teacher. One thing you ain't gonna do is tell
fudge the numbers.
You ain't gonna fudge the numbers with that girl, okay? If she say this, that, and the other is this, you just say okay.
That's it.
Mathematical genius. But you know what? Another thing about my sister too, she is financially savvy as well. She does not spend her money on a lot of high-end things. My sister likes her time.
Sexy.
So she's frugal with her money.
Yes,
you know,
the kind of woman I'm looking for. Yes, yes.
You gotta wait till she's available.
She's available. I told you, look, we got to keep him.
And then Charles says, you're on pure fire from start to finish. I don't know why I couldn't share on my page. I don't know either. I'm public.
The government's trying to shut you down. You're trying to wake folks up.
Well, you know what? It is what it is. And Amanda says, see you in heaven, baby.
She's talking about, I put something on your mom's thing where like,
I say, what's going on here?
Yeah, my future mother-in-law.
Oh, got it. And Al says, Al's Jack joke of the day, black women love finding money in their clothes. It's like a gift to them from them. Right, you know?
Okay, wait, and since Amanda's listening, all I want for Christmas is a picture of you in that tube top. 2018 version.
2018 version. You talking about the red one that you had on.
Yeah.
Woo! The rabbit is getting old.
Rabbit's getting old.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of great ideas. Again, like I said, you know, and I want to reiterate this point. We got to stop teaching our kids it's about being instantly gratified. I'm not saying the kids shouldn't have, you know, something that they want, but let's give them something that's going to last. Because one thing I would say about white folks is this, and y'all can argue with me if you think I'm wrong. White folks and other people believe in leaving a legacy for their family and their kids, which is what they call old money. Old money comes from way, way, way back then. Back in the day, too, I'll give you guys a little history lesson real quick. Black people in regards to life insurance policies, we were discriminated against, if you will, and that they only sold us burial plots. Right. They didn't sell us the policies that would guarantee us a return on our investment or cash value, because they didn't want us to get ahead. They want us to stay stagnant. Nigga, when you die, you're going in the ground with this burial policy. You're not going to have no lump sum of money to leave to your family so they can get on their feet. What we want to do is bury you and then leave the debt with your family, and then continuously leave them in debt. And because we know that you guys won't do your research, we'll give you a burial policy. You'll have to go sell some fish dinners and car washes and get a loan to bury mom. And then now guess what? You have more debts.
More debt, exactly.
Instead of going to get a life insurance policy that will bury mom and also leave you a lump sum of money. Because I say this, and I tell you guys this all the time, I have a life insurance policy on myself and on my daughter. And when I get married, I will have one on my man and he will have one on me, because the last thing I'm going to do, God forbid that my man or my daughter goes, is take my ass back to work after 5 days bereavement, 3 paid, 2 unpaid. That means I got to go off, bury my child, God forbid, or my man, and then come right back to the hustle. Because you know why?